exited the mask.
What's up, dude?
You entered the black light, exited the mask.
Shells.
You entered the black light, exited the mask. You entered the black light, exited the mask.
Yo, we back again. If you throw it in the towel, then you back in sin. We need the Holy Spirit, please let the chaplain in. Here at the front door, chilling with a childish grin. We can now begin. Now the truth be told, we're riding on the light to let the youth get old. And following the one that will soothe your soul and take your bad situations. And tell the young ladies they should save the sex. And tell the young guys not to break their neck for the place of sex, but get the paycheck. And real women really don't play that. A wise lesson learned really, really way back. I used to okay that. The Lord saved me that from a life of whack. Come on.
Into the black light, exited the mask.
Oh,
You entered the black light, exited the mask. You entered the black.
You might want to start paying attention on this next verse.
You entered the black light,
Just give
exited
me your
the
attention
mask.
for a minute. Damn. Come on. We from the same cut, but playing different positions. A top secret message got the president attention. Do what you do, just make the good folk listen. And trust me, yo, it's not about who you kissing. There is a plan to see you chewed up and shit out. The devil's burning red from the fire that we spit out. We on the get up, the hell with that down low. Cherish the gift of the wisdom that we found, yo. Still on the mission with the daily agenda. Your head's been cloudy, so I doubt that you remember that I walk with the king of kings beside me. Just like the root in India, Irie. I volunteer, no, the Lord didn't hire me. It is the spirit that inspired me. Water of life to show the chief where the fiery. We have no time for those that be acting grimy.
Yeah, I get it.
You see the light now? Boy, I've been talking to y'all for a while. You see, you thought this was for like some type of game. Man, revolution. Yeah. When you free your mind, your ass will follow. That's for real. And some of y'all locked up so bad, don't nobody have to put chains on you. Hell, you chain yourself down mentally, spiritually. Come on, free your mind, dude. You a king. Free your mind, chick, you a queen. Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on. I think I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean, Caribbean. Yeah. Yes, bounce to this. I'm just a black man, title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And what you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat. You know you into that, chillin' with your timber cat. Intoxicated to the point, past sinful acts. Be very nimble, Jack, or Jill will get a water back. And have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where your power at, no, not the Mido cats. It's deeper than taps and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw daps. Meant for the wise as well as the spoiled rats. So you can fold up or either you can fold back. I hold no judgment over those that have chose crack. Terror over habit that has been proven to hold back. With God on your side, you can get your soul back. Yeah, we need some 3 parts on this, man. So, I can't carry my boys that chorus. Come on, line up. Yo, I need y'all 3-part harmony on this. I don't know how you can work it out, but work it out. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it proud of man to gain the world and lose your soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it profit of man to gain the world and lose your soul? Into the room, you feel a certain doom. You might lose your hearing from the sonic boom. Out of the mouth is a sword and I'm taking you out. You try to stop me and I'm faking you out. Man, I wish I had an apprentice to build this work. Collaborate on synthesis. And I hope you remember this. Keep your enemy near to you. Far away, keep those that are dear to you. I hate beer, but I used to drink the brew heavily until the little habit turned deadly. I used to have a bud every day and all week, intoxicated to the point where I couldn't hardly speak. So do the knowledge, that means hold your head, let the past stay dead and keep a level head and don't be misled. Remember most of what I said, I'm hot like times in a rock, but you got us hot for working on the block.
By the end of the night, how deep this music is. What is it about the man to gain the world and lose your soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What is it about the man to gain the world and lose your soul?
Mike's handed, I'm speaking candid. Understand this is the way that the masses demand it. I have wisdom, but God planned it. General media.
You know, a lot of you niggas on here, y'all funny as fuck. Now you got some born against you two, gang color. This one and that one and this one. You know, you two funny niggas, if you want to be out of Africa, half-breed or whatever you want to be that. But you won't come over and debate me, motherfuckers. Now, I know one person in California tried to say something. You know, I just smack you down, nigga. I'm in Arizona. Anytime you want a flavor, you always, a lot of you niggas on here, y'all funny as fuck. He already know that part. That's what everybody else will know. I'm right here, nigga. You don't like what somebody posts? Mind your fucking. This is like a bunch of little homosexuals on Facebook. That's what's there now. A bunch of little homosexuals.
I blow flows on beaches and make you wonder where the sand went. The Taliban spent more times in design to destroy cities. My rhymes inspire minds. I'm known as Big Papa, but I ain't your daddy yet. But I could be your bro if you could get the concept. There be many that stand whenever I rip, but it's devastation whenever I rip. I spit flows that hit like mouth on tits, straight legit. You fake rappers need to understand that felonies, gunfights and drugs don't make a true MC. And I will do more than talk this talk. I will defiantly walk this walk. There's no need to spaz. Your nose bleeding while I'm beating your ass. You in the cesspool.
Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it about the man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is.
We gotta take the garbage out.
Ancient tiny secret now.
Dr. Johns, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? Oh, man, what's happening? What's happening?
Pay attention in your history class. Partner, wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go a little longer, right?
Son,
Cool.
it is written that it's nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new. And then the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So take your position.
don't you know you are part of that scripture, yo? Yo, you been getting in the way and bitch and knock you down. Yes, but we gon' bring the light, yeah. A Max B production, baby. You know what it is. Listen, I'm known to tell you to fight back. There's no need to sell crack just to live back. Why don't black superstars simply give back when they know it's a struggle just to live black? Can you picture that, Mr. Aristocrat? I'm coming from the bottom, rising to the top. And conscious is the tone on the CDs I drop. I won't flip-flop like a black bass, but I will put a message in the song before I hook your ass. See, we first class living, worse than slaves of the earlier days. And we adapted the ways of the slave master. I stand upon it, the very rock which put your people in bondage just to get 100. The big face kind, and it don't matter if it's making people lose their freaking mind. That's why I'm speaking mine, hopefully to change yours, to pull you out of these streets from these drugs and strange whores. Huh. Is the love out there? Is it out there? Is the love out there?
like we died inside, no longer having pride. We're still for rides, a new skill to hide. And like the red tide, go and get our heads dyed. Rebel against the laws in the cities we reside. Sleep the circumstance, though our eyes open wide. Fail to coexist, let alone coincide. Eat chicken many ways, but prefer it fried. Like your man on death row when his relatives cried. Is death a mistake because somebody lied? And we can only pray that Christ is by his side. Convicted on the statement implied with no proof. Now will the warden cry that he killed another youth? I truly doubt it, that's why we stay in the booth. Just cause it ain't enough, we should demand and show proof. And if they overlook our voices, then we raise the roof. Which one of y'all do? Being that I feel like I'm a slave, maybe slave, yo man. You made a serious mistake, slave. But I have to be honest, slave to the system. Yeah, sound like a winner right there. Come on. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Hold up a minute, fam, let me ask you this. Did your last promotion offer you an ass to kiss? Hashtag for this. I know a better way, and many honestly wonder why you bastard shit. Your heart's got to be right to make it from here. For animosity and hate, you can place it here. No time for pity. We partying all the way. No time to be the victim. We got a call to take. Keep it square and watch God fall to fate. A linebacker reads well before they call the play. Hoping you all would say. Hoping we all would pray. Invest a little bit of time in a talk today. Forget the ball and play. We got stakes on this Rio with much more beef than the Shaw can say. Now that's the scholar's way. No lust for the cause of throwbacks. In fact, give them all away. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Inside my circles of deep bows and little Urkels and ain't no brown types with no remorse. If they hurt you, many out to take you. Plotting schemes for your paycheck. And no, I'm not a snitch just because I come and say that. You dude, I don't play that. When my boy G-Lo was killed, you know you saw me on the news. If you choose to look way back, so stay back. I'm militant like Osama, intelligent like Obama. And you can ask your mama, no need to wonder. I'm like the 10th one under the commission of the author of life. When I was younger, I would do what a dog would tend to do. And if you got the last lick, quickly remember you. Our lives change, but still things remain the same. Slave masters got these brothers' brains and chains. Yo, I'm feeling your pain. Down and out in life, seeing your prayers, but not seeing the change. We in the sin, nigga. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free.
Yo kid, you can take my advice and dismiss the current hit list. These cats are getting fat from facade and illusion, causing grief and confusion. God knows the rap game need a new son. Here I am, here Lord you can use me. Please don't let the industry abuse me, and let the anointed choose me. And the sheep that's walking to sleep arise, that's groovy. I'm taking strong stands and they can't move me. I'm armed with the verbal Uzi. I'm a
Don't spill it.
foot and watching my steps, quiet as kept. If you gamble, place your bets, for God is with me. And there's no way to win playing the odds against me. Most of these cats have money, but they soul is empty. And they guilty as the one who stole Creek and Kenty. 1 million man gather won't change a thing. If we only choose to hate the slang or gang bang, we will never see a change.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the.
I just wanted to play that. Yo, Tians, what's up? Jay Snow, what's happening? What's happening? Oh man. Yeah, first I want to start off, man. You know, there's a lot of people on Facebook who think that Facebook's worthy or smart. There's a couple of melanated individuals that push a narrative. You know, I don't have no hate, but you know, I told you that Davida Carter got distinguished. She's this whole list of about 40 different, you know, nationalities. When I tell you that not everybody's right in their head, I don't care what you see of them, what you believe in them. You know, we're gonna look at the word belief because I know somebody has some problems with that. There is no such thing as belief. See, this is what happens when you're indoctrinated into a system, and you can't allow yourself to separate from it. I'm not here to separate you. I don't care. We have individuals that went to Africa to get their kingship and this, that, and the other, and they run around with a big old smart mouth like as if they know everything, and they don't know damn thing. We have certain people in the Yamasee Nation that profess all this stuff and they're Google fabulous. I even confronted them on this stuff years ago, over 5 years ago, and all they did was block, because what they're going to do with somebody who actually has documents, who have been doing this since before they were born, who was getting beat down just because of the slip of the word based on family structure and the truth. How I felt about religion, because I never felt right in there, so I was always a comedian in there. All right? I'm gonna get into some information, but like, and some of you are consistent because I see you over there liking and everything, and I'm sitting there going, are you delusional? Are you just attempting to keep a relationship? Some of you think, and they're not thinking at all, that you can find your way through the hash and you can make everything right and divvy it up and then be part of it to bring them back. Man, leave that alone. It's easier to educate, I hate the word educate, it's easier to graft and nurture a youngling than it is to fix a broken old mofo. Now, it's not saying that an old individual can't learn something, but see, it's about choices. There's a reason why I say choices. Like I made a choice to do that little live and say what I said, because it seems like everybody on there is saying something about Dane, cure me, or this, that, not, and this, that. No, I'll burn them at the stake. But they're YouTube famous. Why? Because you got all the little monkeys of hypocrisy running to Sinetta, to platforms they think mean something. That's like that goofy Negro Umar Johnson talking about power to Pan-Africans and all this other stuff. And you listen to the people in the background asking them questions, and he goes on a tirade. He knows sports. I had people that played in the NFL and the NBA and boxing and professional and the WBC, this, that, and the other. All right? Family. And it was all a big show. But here you have a Negro that's supposed to be pushing you into a better place, who's a garbage night, who comes talking all this fictional structure of nonsense, who's been to the new world of Africa and over to the fake Egypt. And then he runs around over here because he has more confused people who will sit there and litigate and speak as if it's facts. And you got a whole bunch of pale skins. And I told y'all, I did research on about 20 individuals. Their family arrived here. All these 20 individuals, every one of their families, some with the rebel flag, call themselves redneck, not knowing it's a French word for making the melanated us bleed by cutting their hair to scalp and making the blood run on there, but they call themselves rednecks. The original redneck was an autochthonous Indian, and that's a fact. It's all written everywhere. All right, I don't have to go get slits and all their books and everything. I got to climb the stairs and bring it down. I don't care if they don't believe me because they're comfortable in their lives. Then you have, and then these 20 individuals, we had them rebel flag, don't even know the fact that it's ours. All right, fly the red, white, and blue stripe, don't even know what it means. other than what the enemy said. And then they always want to say, well, we're white. We're just white Americans. Not having the history of the first Native American movement. But the fact that this is not America. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I don't care what you think you know in your little world of resilient division and everything else. Their families came here between 1920s, as I stated, and the 1960s. Facts. All 20 of them. I say, I'd like to have 20 more. When was the biggest burst? About 6 million. And before that, 765,000 before the World's Fair. Pale-skins, and who came to establish making peace, but betraying the very people and the infrastructure they created by continuing a war that started in so-called South America that never ended. Why did I say the first emperor of Mexico, and he was there as a division tactic, was one of these Gujars, Chazars, who you call a Jew? Why? Because the people that settled there were fighting the original people until some people got tired and they realized what was going on. But now you have the ignorance because of this fake government that murdered our Lincoln, old Abe, our brother, our elder. And they rewrote history and whitewashed it to create the white city out of the Court of Honors and San Francisco, all these places we had built. We don't need Bonacci to tell us this. There's those of us who know this, who traveled the world and know this. They won't come and debate me, and you won't have one of these goofy black channels sit down and have a conversation with me. I'd love to be able to sit down with Charlie White. He's very intelligent. He sees things on different parameters. I'm not into politics, so I stop that nonsense. I don't care about what they're doing. I don't care when somebody establishes something that says something. But if you want to talk about the niggas, but you don't want to pull up the Digger tribe and understand where the term originated, then you have nothing to say to me. You just spewing a whole lot of rhetoric because your ignorance of being raised in it is part of who you are. No, he won't have that. He won't have that conversation with me. You better believe that, because I'm that one who actually knows something, compared to those who just want to hear something, make them feel good in their place or their displacement. Now, are y'all aware that nigger never started on the East Coast until around the Jim Crow period? But in California, with the original autochthonous over there, that had nothing to do with no damn Mexico. That's a rewrite of a map too, because you know I got older maps showing you that it was the Carolinas. I'm tired of saying, you can go to the Peary's map, this map's older than that. They're feeding you the ones they want, retouch. Giving you a little truth so that way they can keep division, because most people aren't going to look at it. But till you come across somebody else who actually knows something. That it shows you a green oasis all around us, not a white wall of snow. Pyramids, buildings, cities. So if you want to know about the nigger, where they get the word nigger, because you know a bunch of people came here, they couldn't read, they weren't educated. You would see them in little black and white videos driving a little electric scooter or driving an electric car from the 1880s, right? And they would just show it how to do it and be the person for the camera. They didn't know the first thing about them because I already showed you the two brothers that invented the car. And the people who stole it away during the transition of creating this fake white supremacy, to which there is nothing that alludes to white being superior when there ain't no such thing as a white person, and those monkeys didn't invent nothing but do the same thing they all know for, as being destructive. Now they got some morals, because you know what happens when you're in a certain place. We read about this in Arthur Kessler's 13th Tribe. That they had come to realize that if you put people in a certain place, they take on the characters, and there is blood swap. Not blood, there is swapping of genetic gene pools. Majority of Pale-skins weren't tall. Why a lot of y'all tall now? In Russia, shut up. You know what Afro-Russians are? You know, I had this little ignorant little monkey who's, I guess, Special Forces, PJ nigga. Air Force, real smart. Yeah, well, there ain't no, he's one of them Gujars that wants to go and fight in Ukraine. First of all, I'm grateful that most of the Special Forces community and most of the military have seen beyond the lies and realized we ain't supposed to be over there fighting nothing. But because of your fake government, your fake politics that have been intrusive to every land, with your people selected in these certain monopolies of these biographies new biographies or written stories created by the Central Intelligence Agency and everything else that have been creating these problems, ran by the very same people who back Kissinger, or the same people you see in positions who are, and I got a picture showing you that their affiliation with being these Jews. That's what they are. And I got a picture showing that 3 of those things that call themselves she's, there's no such thing as a him becoming a she. All right? That's the play to discourage the people who saying they're autochthonous. It'll never happen because they're frauds in their own narrative and they're all converts, all acting like they're women. Space Force. Yeah, y'all already know the bunch of it. I don't have to run through the gambit of it because I'm not here to give them no energy. All right? And I said, man, stop it with the voodoo hoodoo. Y'all don't know nothing about nothing. It ain't out of Africa. I saw this African trick trying to explain voodoo and hoodoo. It ain't African. People are so damn dumb, boy. But I'm going to tell you this much. I have more respect for the women of Bazongo, fought in Haiti, that power that riled over and rippled over to South America and Cuba to defeat a certain enemy that just laid low and took as long as they had power of currency. All 3 of them to me are weak. That's all I'll say to that. All right, anyway, so all they're Russians. Of course, it's not just, I already did a little spool on that, right? And there are those they put on the front line because they know how to war. They know how to fight, but they're not aware of, they weren't aware of the drones, and their videos are not going to show all these black folks dying because just like the wars that we've been involved in that we shouldn't, all right? We should never have, okay? But look, damn it, this is our soil. And they got some get back too while they was out there. That's what they won't tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. They had groups that move within the military that look for certain individuals, and the government ain't trying to stop it. And fake Jews don't care about that. That they were taking them people out who were part of slaughter. They knew who helped some of the faces that were at some of those executions, burning our brothers and sisters, and they went out there and they got payback. All they did, what you want to call it, fragging or whatever, and it always happens. See, they got their little secret society that move and this, that, and the other, right? Because, you know, Bazongo has become like that. It's got a military, it's got a statue and everything, and that's how they were able to defeat the French. I'd rather see my people practicing that than these worthless-ass monkeys in Louisiana who are full of this race, crayon color, Boaz, Herkimer, Herzl, and everything else, ideologies painted from the face of a false canvas and running around because they're all at each other's throat and they don't know what's going on because you're practicing BS. That's why. That's what's going on. So conflicted and confusing ways there, you look pathetic right now. Just like Cali. I ain't got nothing to say about New York and New Jersey. They were the first traitorous sons of bastards, you know what I'm saying? Sons of, in our history. Okay? I'm not even going to D.C., man. If y'all don't, that's the only thing these fools actually have control over. But because y'all don't know no better, you just run with the market. Kill Meal did something on Columbus about 2 or 3 months ago. I can't remember. I didn't look it up because I don't like going back a whole lot unless, you know, somebody's video ain't getting enough views. I'll watch a person view videos 16 times. That's just me. And I know that when he did it, I watched it. But like I said, Hernandez Zarco, I've been telling people this for fucking decades. For freaking decades. Columbus is a fraud. Now, there are many people with the name Columbus that perform, whether in piracy or whatever. You know what piracy was? Stealing from our great fleets. Betrayal. See, when things start to fall, it might start somewhere, but it's a domino effect. And see, that's why they're able to rewrite the stories and paint this picture like swashbuckling, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean goofiness. But they don't dispute and break away from the colors, but they always want to have a white face to entertain. And that's what these are. Most of these Pelicans have been entertained with most of the fragrant lies. Okay? I don't care what you buy into or believe. I don't care about your belief. So this is what they say about belief. Ooh, child. All right, we're just going to look up as far as belief. Now, we can get into the the synonym of it, okay? So an acceptance, not a fact, not a truth, an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists, something without knowing. His belief in the value of hard work. I can come in front of you and bust my ass for 8 hours for a week and got you sucked in and brown nose you and make you feel good while I'm out there running people crazy and making them work twice as hard. And every time you come around, I got the right people in place to look like I'm doing something. And he goes, man, ain't nothing going on. Man, Brad's doing the right job. Man, he's great. And then I go and butter him up some more. So he's weak. And everybody else that's got talent who actually work hard, I've created division. Who's the adversary? You are. Because you don't know how to communicate what's really going on. You don't know how to correct the fallacy. You don't know how to even remove me and marginalize, even to put on a show to make a distraction to show what's really going on with what I'm doing. See, that's what we're dealing with in the world. You got these little young niggas who fought in the little 20-year war, and some Africans, some real ones. Then some of these these little monkeys who say they're African, talking about a DNA who's special forces. Yeah, they're special, goddamn special, all right, special up here. Yeah, okay, you attained something. So what? That's not jealousy anymore. This is the reality. These guys, because they get into the business, because you know what they say this country's about, and them the same idiots that say the democracy of the republic. There is no democracy. This is why I don't sit there and have this communication with these individuals. Now, there's a few who I talk with, and they know it, and they be like, man, all that's fell apart ever since Hollywood came out, and Hollywood was very divisive in doing this. Go and think about the first movie talking about special forces. The first SEAL team put out there showing them, you know, Hell Week and all that, 432 or whatever, right? Go out there and look at all, whatever class it was. Go and look at everything that they've been showing you and who's been behind it. Nobody really paid attention that all this Chinese, certain guys going back to the mainland who were great, went on a smile with the guys and fought in battles, went back over there to show their teams how to train up. Same with South Korea. How many of those guys ended up going to North Korea to teach their guys better training? See, this is what you don't see. Because why? The government's the major player behind it. But every once in a while, they give you a little token. Look what we caught. Oh, look what we caught over here. Oh, we're going to execute this man and woman. You know, the two Jews in New Jersey, the Walkers, whatever, all them secrets. They were one probably out of 100 because you know who's been showing every. If you look at all the weapons around the world, why it look like us? The first thing they have you believe in Saudi, this, that, they have the great arm cells. That's all I got to say to that. While they're arming up the rest of the world, these old fogies who are perverse because it's being seen, and the feds can't hide everything sickly they do because some of them protects that stuff and they're part of it. It don't matter about them being homosexuals or whatever. That's just bottom line. It's been like that for a long time. You can take any homosexual, as long as they're a man, you can give them testosterone, train them up, and have them be a violent, variable killer. To which is happening. While they're chemically lobotomizing you and making you stupid, as you see people talking and saying certain things that make no sense, but they want to be the rival. They think there's some fight or some battle, and they want to be right. I'm never about being right. About being righteous by the narrative. So all you that believe in something or have this belief, you don't know nothing. You're the last person I want to listen to. It's not even about the puzzle piece. You have made your stand in a factor of dishonorable, very easily disqualifying characteristics of belief that have nothing to do with reality or the truth. You're not even doing the work. You know what I'm saying? But brown nosing, you showed up and then you showed out, and now I'm calling you out. And that's what it's about. You have people want to argue this and that. Okay, now the new thing, because some nigga in Turtles, which called talking about, yeah, everybody's mixed and blah, blah, blah. Get your feelings intact, nigga. You married the woman you married. Love that woman, and that's that. Don't be sitting there trying to go on your little tirade, trying to tell everybody what's this, that, and the other with your red road and all that other bullshit. Stop being disrespectful, nigga, because there's some of us that can handle that. So you done stepped off the plantation. Just because Telly Quasi Unit, look at that, ain't hit. Just because our brother Chief Two Bears Ross, Darian Chief Two Bears Ross ain't here, don't mean shit. Me and him stayed contacted all the time. We never really talked about people, but he always shared his thoughts and his emotions and things that were going on behind the scene and everything else by others. This is why I'm saying this, because you're your own worst enemies, my brothers and sisters. And you don't want to hear nothing until somebody start pulling. You refuse to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But until somebody start tugging on your collar, your lapels and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Say, yo, pull on your pants, saying, what you doing? So right now, all these monkeys are acting ugly because the funny thing is, they look like they kind of all related. But anyway, these individuals talk a big stick and they ain't saying nothing. And some of y'all see it. Y'all see it. And they got the same goofies. People who I actually had respect for, I'm starting to, because I can, that quick, I don't give a damn. So respect is what? What is respect about? I said before I respected their work, what they stated, this, that, and other, and their views. I don't give a damn how old you think you are, because a lot of people older than me are just a bunch of dumbin'. The generation over me show themselves to be the lackeys and the dumbasses. And the one over them are the people you dealing with right now. And so they, with all these different generations that have come between these, myself, generation above me, and the one above them, the generations that have come from us, they're kind of messed up. Because they don't know if they need to lean on somebody who's not there with all the answers, but who knows something. Compared to those who want you to believe in a bunch of bullshit based on false discovery. And those who play a part, who know the truth, but because they're comfortable being that part that influence and directs. Yeah, that's the ones right there. They're the ones who have been in the positions that they never should be in. It's not about power, and they got you looking at them who are rich, and they're not even supposed to be paid that way. Are you aware your congressmen aren't supposed to be paid the way they are? The fact your president ain't supposed to be paid the way he is? They ain't supposed to be multi-millionaire billionaires? Are y'all aware of that? They're supposed to be just like the common folk because they're established by the common folk to take on the things that are required. That's why these fake Jews took over and they created this moniker that's going on all around the world. That's like every time I see one of these soldiers talking about they going to Ukraine, I'm like, get your ass over there and die fast. Because every time I see them doing videos, they got their little Bluetooth, you know, all that on. The first thing they doing, swarmer. They're speaking Yiddish. No, my only problem with Putin is, the autochthonist, and he knows who you are. There's a reason why he pulled those pictures out. Man, ain't about no Africa, you dumbass Africans. You're pissing me off. He's showing you the four corners and how things were actually really carried out and who created the world that exists. And wasn't no Moors and all that other goofy stuff, New Age conscripts, just like them people that want to call themselves, what's some people that by that woman that all of a sudden, New Wapi and whatever that goofy stuff is, okay? Nobody wants to hear anything that's relevant to the truth because they're so used to hearing lies. You have actually literally grafted yourself in where lies are going to benefit you. And that's why these little monkeys, I don't have a problem with Facebook. Started from Logbook. I said that before anybody found out, and then somebody on TikTok put it up, and then everybody's like, oh, it was a federal thing. AOL. Chat. You know we're Indians, right? Nick, bro, you crazy. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I was like, the world is crazy. She Langley was like, I don't even know why you on that, Red. Hit MySpace. And I can put pictures up. And I'm showing documents from family and everything else. Well, you know, on Friday and Saturday, everybody drunk and high. Why that nigga? I'm in New York like, oh my goodness. I'm in Harlem. I'm seeing these people pick up this little black exploitation. Side netted had drug dealer friends, right? I know he was a crackhead. They said he went away. Feds got him. So you see what he's doing. Now, he might be free with a little tight-ass leash on him, but you see what's going on. Just like that fool, some of y'all talking about HEMOC. That punk nigga, the parties that listen, man, one of them, I'm going to say my boy Drew. Like, yo, man, I took a couple of cookies up there, man, to them Indian, that HEMOC nigga is, you know, I don't know who was doing it, but them niggas party hard off that money, them motherfuckers, you know, and at that time, I think, I don't know, because I know that Dane's young, but I know that Dane was questioning a lot of that stuff. And that's where he was with them goofies. And some Moors, too, which he walked away from because of the Hebrew. You know, y'all don't even know that. Ask the man. I'm only going about, I didn't follow Dane for all that. I like some of the information he was sharing, but some things he got a little carried away with when you get this big head. So I just kind of backed off and was like, yo, my man, that ain't right. That ain't right. But Information is for you to do the work and the research. And there are brothers who do it. Harriet Tubman. There's a reason why they call us train engineers, right? Now, I done broke that history down when people went and found information, even some of these peckerwoods who won't come back and say, thank you, Red Wolf. You know, and they do their little black and white shows, some about in Tartaria, yes, we did in America, blah, blah, blah. You know how they do that real, and if for those who never took acting, that's a way to make sales. I mean, look at the Twilight Zone and stuff like that. But they won't get credit to where they got the information from. The fact that we created the airships, the helicopter, blah, 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 blah. And I'm an inventor. Why would I not know that? Inventor. I create. I'm going to stop saying that word inventor. If y'all really know what that word is, I'm only saying it because I find it practical and comfortable for you. All right? So anyway, we have these lucid niggas who went around walking around with dashikis and this, that, and the Indian, and everything's got to be mixed. No, it don't. I've got German bloodline. And there's no such thing as a German bloodline. You know who created that, right? I'm tired of talking about Franz Boas, Eliot, and all those guys. I really, really am. Okay, they created the lies. You're the actual creators. But you have niggas who still buy into something because that's where they come from. If you have relations over there and you don't know the truth, the history of how that was created, and I said it and you refuse to check it out for yourself, the first segregation and migration from out of so-called Europe, all right, because the lands are bigger than you can imagine. They don't look nothing like they do. There's four big, and I've been telling this for a long time. It wasn't Flatlanders. It wasn't all the other books. I've known this as a kid. I've seen the maps. I'm like, well, why are we? And I had to find books that talked about that giant mountain that no one can get to. No aircraft, no nothing. That's like a magnet. But it's more than that. But then when you go in the Bible, it says, but the Creator, God, sits upon his throne. He watches everything. He's always around us. His presence is omni. But nobody wants to hear it. Does it mean that this is the starting point, but we have a source of land where the soul is recouped from? Is that not the way he operates? That we have to do this imaginary thing that the Hollywood fake Jews made up when they were sitting there creating, you know, Sheba and the Ten Commandments and all the other BS they created? That it might not have something to do with other lands and realms, which you might have had many walks, that he says he keeps giving you a chance. He is always kept you on lock to receive this information, but because the enemy has misdirection and all these bad frequencies and everything else, and I'm going to give you a good example of frequencies that you can't conceptualize and conceive. Even when somebody tells you they had recall and they're explaining to you the things that they've done, and you choose not to embark on it, then you belong in the very place you are. I don't give a damn about who wants to hear it, who cares, and who don't care. That matters not to me. Literally, I take a quarter of y'all out, quarter of the society, and hang them on trees myself and watch them dangle, not allowing them to die for weeks, and ask them each a question in their ear. So how does it feel now? She thought it was a game. Some of you think this is a game. A dog. A dog whistle. What is the benefit? What does it do? And you can Google and look it up. Well, if you take the pup when they're young and you train them with certain actions and treats, they will respond to certain high frequencies that they can hear. And they'll respond, meaning coming to you no matter where you're at, right? Attack, this, that, and the other. Certain frequency, a certain language, depending on where the dog was taken from. Are y'all aware that a cat has more in common with a lizard? The big cats don't have slits in their eyes. They see you, they don't see you like you seeing me right now. But they see this ongosh of multiple colors of your aurora. They see your energy. And they know when it's a threat. And they know when they need to comfort you based on how you train them. That means what you've taught them. But did you know that you could take a taser and, excuse me, Al, where you at, buddy? Let me make sure he's not over here. He's not in here, he's upstairs. This right here. Do you know what that does for a cat? Well, if your cat, y'all will say is hard-headed and disobedient. No, they're protected. They see things. And they can be manipulated to be against you. That right there, because they see energy different. Oh, dogs see energy too. Theirs is more in that. They're more in tune, so-called. So what that does, it causes them to run to the last place that was safe. So if I'm outside and Al wants to act a monkey and we're way down there and I'm seeing little birds flying around that are brand new, babies that watch hatch and all that other stuff, right? Little market finches and hummingbirds. We've got plenty of hummingbirds in the trees and stuff like that, babies taking wing. If I see, because one time, a couple times he grabbed birds, finches. Oh, a dove and a finch. I mean, he didn't eat it. He just grabbed it. Like, look at me. I allowed it. Then I said, let go. First time, he didn't know what that was. He wanted to play. And I don't have his nails clipped. I want them to be able to tear and scar. So I had to pull out what I know best, what I learned a long time ago. When I hit that taser one time, his butt made a beeline from that tree all the way into the house and then turned around and looked. Yeah, and I said, yes, it was me. Let there be a lesson to you. Kid across the street, on the other side of the street, this is how they raising these little babies. Why do you have a taser? Because I'm an adult doing adult things. Little pale skin boy. But I said, but it works for animals. Not all animals, and it's dangerous. I can see the parents kind of like, okay. Because it's not to be mean. Most children don't know their place, but it was a legitimate question. Do you see that? No emotions and no feelings. My thing, I would have reacted with the adults. Well, you got to be careful today because most people see you coming and shoot and make them an excuse. I'm a little different. You don't want to shoot me. I'm just saying. But if you do, oh well, that's a whole nother party. I know people think they got it all. They got all the answers. They know everything. Y'all keep listening to these dumb niggas that don't know nothing, these disrespectful ones. These people who have a good intention, and then you see them sway off because their intention was never good. It was about getting into a place to be heard because it's an ego stroke, and also deliver their message that cultivates into a new place. There ain't gonna be no nigga society. People are not niggas. I'm tired of these goofy sons of bitches pushing white and black. I'm grateful that there's a whole lot of light-skins right now that would fight and kill half of their own people because there is going to be a civil war. I give energy to it. Freely. It needs to be. Because we got a lot of big heads who think they're going to be whoop this and do that and that and this. But the problem, also the problem that I want to make sure that you know, and some of you say that's kind of wrong, but no, it's not. See, they think they're going to all go out there and hide out and underground and in mountains, and they're going to, when I say out there, look, y'all have no idea what they've established. Using military, army engineers, this and other, the old cities and building up. They got people over there now. You got actors in costumes over here making sure y'all stay stuck where you're at. Well, they're enjoying themselves. They got the babies they're getting taken over there doing. They got people who bore babies in. They got ways of growing the babies to be weak with just good batteries. They got all that. So while y'all been sitting here listening to these goofy niggas who ain't gonna get a ticket over there, and everybody else and all these dumb Peckerwoods and all these special force operators who are still caught up in the fake world of it's all about the dollar, look what I've accomplished. I got a shelter out there. That damn thing in the ground don't mean nothing. But I'm just saying, the importance of y'all coming together would have been a chime. Y'all's ignorance keep y'all right where you at. See, some of y'all will probably come with your little arrows. Well, okay, we gave up. We're here now. And then go back and make it all over again, you fucktard. Get up out of here. But, no, there was no buts because you didn't think. You didn't antiquate everything and then move in a way that was humbling for self. You got to absorb this information. You got to take yourself to the next plateau. You got to allow yourself to grow and build upon that. While you got worthless Negroes, worthless pale skins, worthless Asians, and whatever they want to call it. A true Asiatic man was a black man. Bottom line. Bottom line, if you want to use those terms. Okay? I mean, look at the agreement that fake Jews from this country and France went over there and made with the Chinese. Who was the person put in position? It's always been a damn puppet. Otherwise, they'd have been like, we ain't going to be communist or democratic. We're going to just live our society the way we should. See, this is the game nobody wants to have a conversation about. But when you talking about Hindustan that became India in 1959, whatever, when it became India, that was the further strip us of our entitlement while they get frauds running around playing us who are disrespectful to the original heirs of this land. We're still great numbers because of certain coward-ass niggas. So let me tell you something. Don't get it twisted. Umar Johnson is a coward. He's a punk. He's doing a job inscribed by him that is not just entertaining and captivating for some of you ignoramuses, but it points somewhere. Yeah, he's admitting, yeah, we're the original people of this land, but he's still coming without Africa. Man, you can tell Omar, come and have that conversation. This video will find him if the punks are willing to let it be. But they're not willing to let it be. Every time I did, how many videos I did without cursing and talking real politeness, that other. The first thing they want to do, excuse me, put a little gold English. Okay, whatever, man. That's you. I don't care if you're all suicidal. Now let them keep coming, putting the gold angles. I'll keep doing what I got to do to make sure that each one of them get what they got coming. It's just no way around it. I'm talking big like that because it is big like that. Yeah, I know y'all been walking around noticing everything I was saying the other day about certain individuals here, mercenaries and groups, and certain people you won't see because they've got establishments, they've got things out in this deserts over here and everything that y'all know nothing about, that you had to have fly to on top, that have structures where these people are suiting up, booting up with newer technology, able to fight you, blow stuff over your head, and y'all ain't doing nothing but running around in your fictional world thinking you're something. It's because my family member got a new job position over in New York, right? Like that means something. I'm like, what are you gonna do with it, bro? Bro, what you gonna do with it? Well, what? It's too late. You have acclimated to ignorance, and you're gonna lose it all. I want you to. I want it to be a lesson if you survive. Man, that's harsh, Red. Yeah, well, you know where I'm coming from. I never thought about it because you didn't allow yourself to think. You didn't allow yourself for one moment to breathe. You didn't allow yourself for one moment to feel what it's like to actually live. I listened to you talk to that nephew of yours, because it's not in my family, talking about how wonderful it is to walk in New York, how fast paced it is. Nigga, that is not living. That is not life. People buy into the lie without even knowing they paid into it. And you pay into it the day you die because you gave everything into the lie that didn't need to exist. So you partook in the festivities of it, thinking and believing you believe and thinking not that you nothing in the Rolodex accomplished something, when all you did, you didn't infuriate those of us who know. But in the circles you did, you mediated the same response that they're giving. So that means like minds think alike, and in y'all's composite, you think you're big because they've given you all these worldly possessions, and you're the biggest Christian without even knowing what the fuck you talking about. You can get all the world's way and lose your soul. I think that was lost a long time ago. I think he's playing this good little slave narrative, being the best little token. Seems like it's more tokens than there are supposedly real people, isn't it? Yeah, our problem ain't with Russia. And this is not the US of A. There ain't no United States. This is the land they call America. This is not a democracy. It was never written anywhere. It was a hijack. And I believe, and I know, I don't believe, I know Putin knows this shit. Just like that fake ass king, that thing, okay? Just like all the rest of them, prime ministers, all in Trudeau. Look at that faggot. Look, he looked just like he might be that monkey out of Cuba. Fidel, I think that's his offspring. I'm dead serious. I've been saying it for a long time. Somebody say, "Yo, Red, remember you was talking about a couple of years before when they were talking about that Trudeau going, he was running." So you said that looked like that could be Fidel. Fidel, I know the history of the relationship Fidel and his Miami had. Now all of a sudden you get the little Peckerwoods come along. I know they had to see, I hear somebody talking, made information floats around, and then somebody all of a sudden, motherfucker on TikTok or YouTube, which is great. But this is what I'm talking about. We create, even if it's information. But some people have a hard time when they get to the root of where it may have come from, because that fake ass egos and that fake ass premise of thinking there's something great, can't even get proper. See, motherfuckers who ain't nothing always should be something, but they don't allow themselves to be. Who ain't nothing create the breakage and the disturbances. Now there are those people who placate themselves. It is a fact. Dan Calloway has screwed the pooch because he has went after people who are there to benefit. I mean, we got our brother Cure Meal telling you worthless, melanated, black, African-American dumb niggas who you may be, and instead of listening to a brother who's actually sitting there with the plight of truth, you niggas show that you're either probably Greek, you're one of them sci-fi punk motherfuckers or whatever, or you're Masonic, Eastern Star, don't even know what it really mean. Casting a spell on yourself because you have a hard time in disagreement listening to somebody. I don't care about KRS-One because he got into the Masonic order. He got a whole lot of fake Jews happy about it. That's why he's able to say what he does and make the revenue he does, but he doesn't get the face time because it's kind of a blackball, but because of his talents, can't blackball him because he still gets paid for signing and pictures. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got Tom McDonald, independent, busting rap, these fake-ass rappers who ain't gangsters, but you got a lot of children out there misguided, running around killing each other who could have been famous rappers, who could have wouldn't send a message. You got worthless-ass niggas in California. I have my homies who I respect. Still talking, shoot them up, bang, bang, and nigga, you from Arkansas, nigga, you from Tennessee, you from Texas, man, shut that shit up. Know your land, man, and get back on board knowing the truth and stop all this bullshit tough guy shit. When I saw, God win, I can't say nothing here, of the punk nigga that went and shot Indian Red, so what? He stood there in the face. He was ignorant. But ain't not when you older motherfucker said him right when he went over there disrespecting him, painting him Nipsey. And it's a shame that any of these brothers died, man. Any of them. But I hear wind of this punk motherfucker that shot the brother in the car. Let me help you out. Any of y'all still got some issues you wanting to kill one another? You ain't gonna like the end. I know what I'm talking about. And this is based upon facts, regardless of what you want to hear. Read my body and look at my biorhythms there. That's for the central and for these monkeys who are traitors on this land. Because you got a bunch of damn dumbass pale skins, a dumbass bunch of niggas, and this, that, and the other, who don't know no goddamn better. Don't worry about what else exists. Y'all need to get with yourselves and start paying attention. See, the line they fucked up is when they came at me. Nah, that was a fuck. But this is how reckless they are. And they don't listen. That's how far gone they are. Okay? You can call me Two-Face or whatever you want. The reality is, it's all going to come back and bite everybody in their little buttocks. As that pedophile Tom Hanks said in Forrest Gump. Something jumped up and bit me in the buttocks. But this don't bunch of y'all run around continue to act like Bubba. Well, folks, I don't know. I think we're going to get some shrimp boat. We got shrimp sandwiches, shrimp kebabs, shrimp rice. Like, come on, y'all. I just had to throw that in. What are we? What is we? Who's we? I'm the one talking. You go back and watch it from the beginning. Let the brother know. If he asks a question, what's wrong with y'all? Respond to him. All right? If y'all paying attention, respond to the brother and enlighten him. Or sister, whomever it may be. That's what I'm talking about with y'all. Okay. Kenneth Copeland Ministries has utilized the Federal Aviation Administration program that keeps flights private from tracking websites, and the ministry owns 5 such aircraft whose flights are kept private, including the Cessna 750 Citation X noted above and a North American T-28 Trojan. T-28s were used in the military that used to train. 2 persons, T-28s, for those of you who know about aircraft. So, you know he bought the plane from Tyler Perry. Okay, a thing about the channel. So far it seems logical, but if there's a topic, the topic is what was in the thumbnail and what you strolled through, brother. It's about real history, not that fake shit the majority and probably you run with. Okay? So Kenneth Copeland, Creflo Dollar, we went through that yesterday and the other day. Don't ask me questions about them. You can Google all the information and see them for the trife they are. You had Benny Hinn, right, who came out and spoke about the reality and said most of it was a lie. But everybody wanted to see the swishing with this and the swishing with that. They want to come up, oh, you're healed, and you know, all that stuff, and people get up dancing around and think they're doing some bluegrass jig and everything. The problem is you got a bunch of goofies who don't know no better. I mean, I'm gonna help you out, right? I can read your little stuff, and it might mean something to you, or it even may mean an infraction. I'm gonna do this today, so maybe somebody else may get it. I don't care about what your thoughts are, what you think, what you feel, what you say. Usually it's to think you're a safe way in and casting something. And then, you know what I'm saying? Khazarian Mafia, yes. It's not they're not Khazarian, and they're no Mafia. But sure, yeah. It doesn't matter. Just listen. You stroll by, then have a seat and shut up. Fools, you know what to do. I'm not going to entertain somebody who don't know nothing. You're not teaching shit. So anyway, as we stated, you're not teaching nothing. You sound like the rest of the individuals. Talk about things they have no knowledge about. So anyway, we have these televangelists, right? People who know nothing, because we live in a society of people who know nothing. I don't like the word society. Y'all know what it means. I broke that down before, and that was based on what I learned a long, long time ago. Society is to give paint this false picture, this portrait actually, not just a picture, but a portrait that people can look at and go, oh, and let it be in the eye of the beholder. If you find yourself or believe to be a citizen of what? You know, the intelligent, smart motherfucker is going to say, oh, I'm a citizen of the United States of America. So they made you believe that there has to be, on a continent, there's a United States, that they all came together. When the original Constitution, because no states had a Constitution, they ratified, that means they radicalized it, make it a way where they can, because it was a hijack. And then after that, they still away, and at that period of time, after the World's Fair, during the World's Fair is when it started, they wanted to create this white national ideology, or this so-called white supremacy, to which there was no such thing. Didn't invent nothing, didn't create nothing, didn't build nothing. Hell, I still remember 5 names of the people that were showing them when they were coming here how to repair the roads that we had built. Cobblestone, red brick, and everything else that dealt with frequencies in the natural harmonic balance, and how 2 of them were murdered. Because they didn't like the fact that they were making these fake churches. And it's like, why are y'all taking our buildings for harmony and everything else and making these religious? Because like Frederick Douglass said, Christianity is not of this soil. But because you're so well grafted into your lie and your conviction is to stand on your lie, you have a hard time with displacing it and coming into the natural order of things. That's why I have no respect. No respect. Never will. For anything. Until you show respect for yourself and walk out your strong delusion and go into a place that's more compatible with bringing balance to the frequency. If you're disharmonic, well, like I said, hoodoo and voodoo, zombie, all that shit to me is like tricks for kids. You can fuck around and find out. So you have these individuals who have allowed themselves to miracast, to walk into places, to invite bad, mean things that want some payback into them. Them people are no longer there. Kenneth Copeland ain't who he was. That person is long gone. Long gone. You too can have that. There are more things around in this so-called world and more things capable. You are capable, but you choose to be weak. But there are so many things going around in this world that can really, really, really mess your day up. And we're not talking about some goofy war. You getting blown up, your legs folded back over your head. I ain't talking about that minuscule shit. There are things the majority of you don't want to see. You can create it too. And see, that's why the enemy does what they do. They want you to create your own pain, your own hell. You know, there are people literally their physical is dying. And they're supplanting themselves in a place that never existed, in a fictional estate. And you think you know? You have no idea. But in that little fictional world, in that little Rolodex, you think got all the information you haven't even tapped into, and your little emotions and feelings all stapled to your heart because of your gut and the fact you got diarrhea of the body and the soul. You think you know something? Every day I watch and listen to people go further into the sunk. People. You're not even people, you're more than that, but this language is a motherfucker, boy. And they got y'all hit, boy. You didn't come on and read yesterday. Shut the fuck up. This is what I was reading yesterday. I like James Patterson. I just like to read some little bullshit, okay? So I was reading Cell. It's about maybe my 6th time reading that. So, I be having so many of these. I give people to the people around here. Ancient Roots, Guide to Survival Remedies in Your Own Backyard. I was using this just to highlighting some things in there, for sore throat, just little simple things. But I'm looking at what they're doing with all the stuff that they're changing, and nobody's talking about that. The public mind in the making, propaganda. So if you want to have a conversation and you want to really get deep, I know how to respond to anybody's little rhetoric and stupid questions of seeing how smart and how durable they think they are when they ain't durable for nothing. Another one I was getting into, I went to the middle of the book. I haven't read the whole book, Path of Souls, right? The Native American death journey. It's more of just stolen history, and it's been placated. When people don't want to know about the swastika, its truth and where it came from, it's not called a swastika. I'm tired of this dumbass Jews that created that term. That is not what it was called. It has nothing to do. It's a rewrite. It's a recreation that they wanted to give energy, and they needed everybody to give energy to a lie that never existed the way it did. When I say the will of life and the fact of its truth, if you have a hard time dealing with the truth of books that talk about our real history and the fact that we were grand builders and creators and the world is running off of what we created. I mean, cars are in every country. And most of these dumb motherfuckers don't know that we invented the car. Steam engines at one time were running all over the way. Where? Who invented the steam motor? All right? We had cotton and wool. They came here to restore all the wool and the hemp. The hemp, they wanted to control that because we were able to dream walk. So you didn't have to just go out and get sarsaparilla and the witch call that make root beer and this, that, and other to get your DMT. No, you didn't have to go out and get some damn toad down in South America that once was here and they're all dead, all right, because of these bastards. I mean, they chopped down all the gopher wood trees because they wanted to paint the Noah's Ark coming out of some fake-ass land that don't even exist in the original Egypt, which is not even a real name, but it's a place and a time period. That started here. I'm tired of hearing this fucking word Egypt. I really am. They just created all kind of shit, gave it to you, and y'all run with it like dumb monkeys because it's hard for you to find out and put the puzzle pieces together to find out the truth, the history, and how things really existed. But then you got somebody come up and think they know something. Stay on your Thursday shuffle. Go get that motherfucking liquor. Or keep shooting that shit up, that testosterone or whatever. All right? Eating that garbage because you think through your mind you can subjugate your whatever you do it. Weak motherfuckers. So I was back into the Delectable Negro. I'm not gonna read that no time soon to you. Oh, I'm gonna read it to you because we got to get the 100 years of lynching and we got to take everything from where we left off at. And I hope you remember because I'm not gonna sit there rehashing. You go back and watch the video. That's going back 6 days. Last Tuesday, I think was last time I read. The gold disc of Dikakusa, I literally was up in my room. I poured another glass of wine. I would actually finish that one and smoke my blunt. A quarter of it. You know I can't smoke a lot. The gold disc of Kusa, a boy of the mound builders meet DeSoto. This ain't no Native American. That's nothing but a nugg. Tired of you monkeys running around. And this is the Alabama Library Associated War winner as far as Virginia Pound books. You look at and go see who wrote it. That's all I got to say. And most of these peckerwoods will never go and read the book because that's not the interest. They just want to be Americans. White Americans that never existed and never will exist. You ain't pure. White alludes to being, first of all, black is the opposite of what it means. And white doesn't mean what you think it means. I'm going to leave that where it's at. But because of the ignorance and the fake world you exist in, the majority of you people coming here, like I said, 1920s and 40s, and running around like you owe this father time here, you're playing Indian. I got Indian in my blood. That means you got nigger in you. Fuck out of here. Dr. Sarah Mahill, Sustainable Medicine, Whistleblowing on the 21st Century Medical Practice. This is the kind of shit that I read. I don't know about you. I read stuff of people who actually have an idea, a notion, or a narrative that actually has some decent information in it. Right? While the rest of you is always about ego, this, that, and talking like you think you know everything, and you don't know a damn thing, and I said that on my mama. She's still alive. Not much longer if she don't get her shit right. This is an old book of mine. This is The Butterfly and Lifespan Nutrition, a compelling book that explores the myth of dieting and gives original and innovative solutions to the problem of nutrition, obesity, and health. The brain is made of, what, 70% cholesterol, right? What's the other stuff? Myo, something, right? To which even that is mostly comprised of cholesterol. Not seed oils that block and clog it up. Not all these pervasions like folic acid. You ever notice they put folic acid in everything? What did I tell y'all that came from? Maybe them Hindus will stop making that shit that these dumb motherfucking pale skins doing that mold grow, and you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I digress. I don't know what I'm talking about. So this book right here is Majid Ali MD. Excellent friggin' book. Excellent, informative book. All right? Exceptional. Now, the real story debunking history, the real story behind U.S. treaties with Native Americans. Now, the funny thing is, the Native Americans here is a little whitewashed, just like Benjamin Franklin was a nigger, and all the rest of them. And there was niggas back then who didn't like niggas, because when you want that power, then you'll go against your own people. You see it right now. Stop being stupid. So you don't see Mongolians. You see this whitewashed French, Europeanized, Jewish form of Indian, right? Niggas. Yeah, that's what you're looking at. But how about reading? And so I read this whole thing last night again. I sit up there in the bed and read it in about 35 minutes. Trust me, y'all. Okay? Shockingly, it's still informative. Shockingly. After I did, because y'all didn't see me reading, I was reading James Gordon's MD, The Transformation, Discovering Wholeness and Healing After Trauma. Because y'all know I have a few other books based on that to help assist people out here. Like I said, I've walked with people, I've met the people whose kids I've seen who have committed suicide. My service dog, I'm looking for, individuals. It's not a fun thing. There's a lot of foreigners that come up on land and they rape, I'm not saying it's all right. Okay? Not in the identity shit of things. But when you know somebody's missing for 2 weeks and all you're doing is always at the gas station listening to everybody talk, and you're like, well, how come they ain't out there doing something? And the Navajo police are the most pathetic. There's some good guys, but most pathetic. My brother didn't make sergeant, he should have. But I went out there myself because I lived out there. And I get Charisma, let's get your booties on. There's a lot of sticky birds, bullheads, I call them sticky birds. And her nose, when you live in New York and Mount Vernon, you just know what death smell like. And there were times I said, you got a t-shirt or a shoe or something, and Charisma would take a sniff of the shoe, it don't go nowhere. She wasn't a cattleman dog. She was my service dog. But she could find a dead motherfucking body. And we just get to walking, and she's sniffing her ass off. She's worried about them sticky birds, but I had her little booties on, And then she would stop and then look in a direction. And I'd be like, what the fuck is you looking at? And at that time, I hadn't accepted who I was, but I was aware of many things. And then I would just take a deep exhale to where I feel like my cramp. And I would get a scent. And I would write it off. Most of y'all smell shit today. You hear things, but you write it off because you haven't in tune, you haven't been nurtured to accept that responsible part of what you can hear and what you can smell and what you can see. All right? Then I let Charisma do her smooth walk, and she does that back and forth, And that's how I was able to see that kid that was hanging. It was like dried leather skin, his eyes been picked up by the crows, whatever. But I don't know what they did, worms, anyways. And he was still hanging with his hands to the side. It's like he called himself to choke. He didn't really slam, hang, break his neck. He allowed himself lit there, probably was crying and stuff. He had all black on like he was goth or heavy metal. Little Dr. Martens or whatever shoes they wore. Clothes were tattered and ratted. It was all black. You could see the little, on some of the skin, you could see the anarchist tattoo. And he was just there, and the skin and his tendons and the bone, his things were still holding on, but it was torn. You could see he'd been out there in the heat for a couple, I figured it'd been like a pile, but it's hanging there on that old lonely hard-flicked tree. And then the one over by the hospital, that one really threw a loop. Because I get tired of walking off, all the dead bodies of the young ones who commit suicide. But then you have to wonder if he really did, because you got certain individuals that come from like New Mexico, this, that, and the other, and the family don't do something right, or they're working with the meth connect and this, that, and the other, they make it look like something it might not be. Punk niggas to do this, but the body, you can see it from the back where they had the gym moved to now, where the new gym was. You can see the guy hanging out there. You can see him. Like, jump the fence and go and run up and see what's going on. But you got to be careful, because, it could be information. But you just want to get close enough to be able to, don't take no pictures, but you just want to make sure. And there's a smell. That's somebody. And they dead. Suicide. At least that's what it's saying. So I read things like this to help me have a deeper understanding. Okay? And when I was talking about the sacred secretion, that's the about you, but the power of now, what's really capable and what you're capable of, just like the secret influence, because most times this stuff happens at night. The secret influence of the moon. Now, this is the Alien Origins and the Occult Powers by Lewis Proud, but it's very informative. And I just started reading this. I had this book for a while, y'all. Excuse me. I spent about $20. All right. I spent about $20 when I bought this book a little while ago. So I decided to open it up, and this is the last one I was going through. So I bought this about, I think, 2017, 18. It might have been 2016 when I got it. I can't remember. So I had bought this book, and I never opened it. And so last night was the first time, as you can see, last night was the first time me opening it. And I went to sleep. I read quite a bit. Even when my slumber was over this AM, this day, I opened my eyes and I actually went to the back of the book because it was something I wanted to read. And so you know me. First thing I do, I start doing the little squigglies. You know what I'm saying? Because you come up on some stuff. There's a whole lot of squigglies in here. Don't worry, y'all. I've been making quite a few squigglies. But that area right there, where you can see where I started my squigglies, the lunar sphere and all that kind of stuff, doesn't mean that it's all right. It's just information. I'm able to decipher things, kind of. I'm not saying I can do some things. So I started my squigglies, and they just went on for about 10 or 12 pages this morning. Okay, so all you people that want to talk, all you like, this, that, and the other, I don't care what you read. Don't tell me you've been to this place and that place and all you received was this little bit of lucrative information. I've been all over the world. This one. I've read tons of books. I have to take a break sometimes. I allow myself to see things that I choose rather not to. I know our ways, and I listen to everybody. But see, it's you little bitch niggas that always get up in your emotions and your feelings. I don't care what crayon color you are. You're the problem. You're not united. You're not walking side by side. You become your own affliction. And then you broken ass women. You still want to side on, you think you're in control of your life when you haven't even walked in a circle of your sisters. Fuck that friend bullshit. That's a made up term in itself. Walk in the circle of your sisters to allow yourself, not so you can do scissors and all that retarded chemically lobotomized shit that affects you as well. Hysterectomies and all that other goofy shit. All right, when the cancer right now, there's a booming reason why there's cancer. 5G is everywhere, and there's 6 and 7G. But you don't walk in the circle of your sisters. You don't have a commonality because you won't allow a man to step in who can guide you to say this is what the commonality should be practiced. reciprocated upon, so that way y'all can advance yourselves and get back to what you see. The enemy's watching this shit. There's a reason why they're watching. The fuck a woke movement, nigga. Y'all ain't awake. Stop it. With all that terms, eyes wide shut. That's where the fuck you at. But if you allow yourself to start walking and reciprocating with one another instead of being the tyrant you become, because you know it's going to be goofies. I don't want the goof. Don't come here if you're a goofy. Stay where you're at. Stay in your mammy's basement. Stay in your damn big-ass retreat. Stay in your fake-ass place getting your Judy shucked by another one. Stay if you like making scissors. If it offends you, I don't care. Because, see, don't nobody dictate and direct what people should be saying or anything. And if that's the case, that shows you that the people around you have compromised, all right, and have no cause and effect to help you and you ascending or moving beyond the place where you're at right now. A bunch of black sorry niggas running around out here, niggas. And I ain't talking about beneficial to use it as meaning something. Because you know, you have people that's spraying the nigga and this, that, and the other. That's this, that, it means this. You have people saying it out their mouth because they grew up. I told you, they have a whole bunch of pale kids, they call each other all day. I ain't got no problem. Because it doesn't mean what you think it means, and it means everything what you think it means. Nobody should really be using it because it's a slander. And it's only a slander against the original fucking people on every land. But because people are too stupid to know it, because people are too grafted into this fake-ass society of bullshit, USA Incorporated, bullshit that has nothing to have to, you know why they call it the Great American Experiment? Because they brought a bunch of you dumb motherfuckers here, they loosed you on our lands. Y'all really didn't defeat shit, but you stopped. They put you in positions to do something against those who are comfortable, who own shit. As far as the narrative of creating shit, that y'all ain't creating nothing. But once you learn, you got a little way, and they say, look, you get it? We make it yours. You don't have pan lands. I want to see how many of you Peckerwoods got land patents. No, real ones. Not stolen because your name changed. I got a book showing some of your names when you came here. Now all of a sudden y'all Browns, and Pauls, and Peters, fuck out of here. It's not saying that y'all want around. It's the way you think you're around. You want around. So I'm gonna say what I gotta say on here. I'm about to cook me up a steak, sit back and eat that motherfucker up with my cucumber and ginger juice. All right. I might come on and read today. I gotta go to the post office and it's a good time. Get this yellow slip and see what the hell they got over there for me. I'm tired of stupid fucking people, man. Wow. I can't stand a motherfucker that think they know everything. Don't know shit. And I'll tell you, little fucking ego down. Let me shout everybody out. I shout it out. Damn, y'all was in the conversation, weren't y'all? I got Ganja, right? I got Olmec, beloved. I don't mind saying it again, all right? Jay Shaw, what's up, beloved? Tians, I don't know if you're stuck around. I know it's y'all's fake work day. What, Monday or some shit? Sneal, what's up, baby? Marcus, what's going on, beloved? I got you already, right? Tariq Peters, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? Indigo Turtle 17. Yes. I gotta read, so I'm gonna go blind with this badass screen. Baby Girl Slaughter, what's going on? Grand Ascension, what's going on, Mama? Man of Mendoza. Appreciate that. Man of Mendoza. Appreciate that, beloved. He's good friends with Billy Carson. Who's that? Dame? He is good friends with Billy Carson. If you're speaking about Dame Dash, no, man, fuck Dame Dash. I know about that. Dame Dash ain't nothing but a piece of squirt. Okay, I like that Descendant of Surf. I like that One True Seeking. And see, I like your name too. At least you're seeking. No, share your stuff. But I'm just sometimes when I'm talking, most people that say, oh, he's right now, he's delivering something. You really need to pay attention. See, whenever somebody's talking and you think that you got a response or a question that you can ask, it shows that you're not thinking. You're not thinking, and I'm not beating you up. I'm the one that's going to have you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Male or female, I don't know what you are. I don't care. All right, this is reality. When I'm talking and you come over here, you're strolling through, I don't give a fuck. No, what I'm doing is I'm assisting you. I'm not being mean, this, that, and other. But sometimes in this generation now, this is what you got to do. You got to sit there and you got to, that's not with me. I'm farthest from that. I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. In a very bad way. Which you don't need to know about. Right? But I said it. So it's on display. So if you want to be caught there, that's me stealing more energy. That's all I just wanted to show you. Sit your ass down and listen. That's all I meant by that. Oh, Mac, you're all right. I do. Thank you. Thank you, beloved. Marcus Williams. Relax, man. Austin as well. Yeah. I love them. I don't know what that word means, sis, but yeah, I enjoy some of the reads and stuff like that. Definitely. Lord, what's going on? Whatever an issue. What's going on, beloved? Man Jay, what's going on, huh? What's going on? Hello. Hello, everybody. Alicia and Cooper, you already know, beloved. Luscious Green, what's going on, beloved? Anyway, some people, because they never had a real man in their life, and I'm not no alpha, sigma, and all that goopy shit. I'm masculine. That's it. You know, either light, you walk Hawa, or you walk in Jannah. You can walk in the darkness, and you be there. You can walk in the light. Just remember that where it's dark at, if you put a little beam of light in there, it lights the whole room up, even though it gives off this perpetual, like gray, or alternate gray. If you got a light and you bring a little dark in there, all you do is, okay, there's a dark spot. Can somebody clean that? See, this is the the experiment is real, y'all. The problem is you were never supposed to be part of it, but your great-grandmammy, oh, not your great-grandmammy, your grandmammy or your grandpappy, and not to be mean and eat, they were cowards. Anybody in the 60s and 70s and 80s say, hey, look, man, I'm just going to work. I'm going to obtain this house, this and the other, as if nothing else was going to happen. They just didn't want to shake the vine because they were cowards. You see what's happening? And it was always known that this would come around. They didn't do nothing. You got a bunch of fake black motherfuckers who were feds pushing movements and this, that, and the other. The feminist movement, right, by Gujar and CIA. The Black Power movement pushed by fake-ass feds moving in certain groups and organizations. Once they established grounds with them, where they met them in prison. Now they give you a little YouTube. They give you a damn video where you got the motherfuckers going to say, yeah, 60 days in. And they there with the people, prisoners, not knowing that they're not, that they just, you know what I'm saying? And it's a big show. It's just slanging in your face how they were able to go and get individuals with certain things. You think the Wagner Group in Russia is the only place? I told you, I know people who were locked up, but see, they came in there and got them because they some bad mofos, and they went and did hits on people, whether in South America or whatever, and they got away with it. They were trained up and everything. You think this is a game, huh? In your little fictional basement world, your little room with your little, you think. It's funny how a small little group of individuals can have everybody running around looking stupid. I mean, Ukraine and Russia, it's not even their original land to some degree, right? None. But they even on that, they got them fighting each other. Y'all don't know what it's like to truly be sick individuals, do you? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, all right? Oh, I know y'all looking at baby boy. Yeah. That one's baby girl, actually. Mama ain't first yet. She ain't gonna never. She always gonna have a. She gonna. Baby girl. Yeah. Anyway, let me get the hell up off of here. You can still donate, motherfuckers. I'm still ordering books. I'm gonna go to the post office, see what I got over there. When I get back, man, we'll go ahead and probably get a read in. I wanna drink chlorophyll and my watermelon juice and stuff like that, and see if they got a decent watermelon for me to pick up and seed it. Come back and maybe we'll get the read on. All right. So yeah, what is this? This is chlorophyll. Me and my little homie. This is what we drink. He gets about 3 drops. I get 15 to 18. Damn, son. Where'd you get that? Anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time coming in. Excuse the language, you know I'm not big on cursing. I just wanted to drive I'm tired of certain terms and words. You know, we have Charleston White out here with the nigga. I'm so tired of that goofy stuff. I really, really am. You know. And if they are putting ads up, watch the ads. Cause see, they're trying to be slick. They're like, oh, we ain't gonna put no ads. We're gonna review it. We're gonna give you a gold angle. Call we stupid. And there's nothing there that's bad enough. You know what I'm saying? I just watch them play the game. You know, because they're not smart. But I still do my thing. I do. I burn the candle at both ends, literally. I can't say no more than that. All right. So let me get out here. No, I'll be back. If I'm gonna read, I might come on and talk about this other thing I wanted to do. I'm gonna create it. I'm actually gonna get off of here right now. I'm actually gonna create it, and we'll see what comes of it. All right. I might have it up there. Don't mean you come in and hit the notification if you want, so that when I do go live, but it's gonna be up for a little while. So I want you to make sure that when I go on there, that you have an idea, because you can do some research and see what you come up with and find. All right. Somebody wants me to talk about Tartan, Titans, Atlantis, Tartary. Okay. I am always talking about that. You just don't know how to hear it. But I'll be very direct one day and put up Tartary, and it won't be some video where somebody's putting a collage of pictures that's all over the place. I've given y'all many websites and this, that, and other. And I won't be sitting there and they give you my spewing narrative of whitewash history, because I'm a pale skin and I'm afraid to actually admit to who built it, which you get right now, that keeps the lie going and prevailing. All right, and gives these pale skins this false narrative without knowing their truth. All right, we built everything over here. And all they know and destroyers did was destroy, because of the wars. You can only fight for so long until you get tired, or some people say enough. Especially when they're being snuck up on. It's from all different directions, and we thought the world was at peace. Don't try me with your bullshit history. Don't come walking in this lane or this alleyway like you just gonna come in there with a dog or Roddy to kill all the rats and scare off the cats. It's not how it works. So anyway, sisters, brothers, see y'all in a little.